doesn't love a good old-fashioned disaster movie that is directed by Roland Emmerich with bad characters, a bad storyline, and tons of visual effects? Because I know I do. Let's get to the review. Welcome back, film fans. This is Let's Be Real with Brad, and today in the channel, I want to talk about the brand new science fiction disaster movie called Moonfall. Moonfall is co-written, directed, and co-produced by Roland Emmerich, and it stars Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, John Bradley, Michael Pena, Kelly Yu, Don Sutherland, and Charlie Plummer. This film is about the moon, which is knocked from its orbit by an unknown force and put onto a collision course with Earth. Two astronauts and a conspiracy theorist work together to attempt to avert disaster and discover that the moon is not what it seems. It's so stupid. It's the last part every time. The moon is not what it seems. So fucking stupid. Going into this film, I was particularly excited to check it out, considering that it is directed by the king of disaster movies himself, Roland Emmerich, who has done Independence Day Resurgence, which is awful, by the way, 2012, and The Day After Tomorrow. Adding in two big stars like Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson, and the whole premise of this moon and not seeming like what it's supposed to be was such an interesting idea, especially with such a big budget behind it. So I was able to see this movie a whole week early, having an early screening for the film, and I was really nervous about the movie when I heard that the embargo for this movie lifts on today at 6 o'clock, and I was like, damn, this movie's gonna be really bad. You know what? Screw it. This movie stinks, and I can't wait just to rip this thing apart. So let's just dive right into my negatives first, and we're gonna start with the screenplay. Pretty much in every Roland Emmerich movie, have the most boring, idiotic, and senseless script that just feels so hollow and just feels like there was no passion that went into any part of this movie except the visual effects and the action, because all the characters in this movie are basically one-note stereotypes that you've seen in literally any other movie before, and all the dialogue in this movie is so cringe that I literally laughed out loud at some of the line delivery in this movie because it's just not there. And when you got big actors like Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson, you should get good performances out of them. I really enjoy those actors, but they are really bad in this movie. What I hated so much about the screenplay is that there are so many moments in the movie that just feel like they could have been cut right out, as it feels like it needs to give characters things to do. Like Patrick Wilson's son has a whole other subplot in this movie that just doesn't need to be in the movie at all. This movie is also so damn boring, as the first two acts of this movie are some of the slowest I have watched in a movie in a really long time. But I felt like I just didn't care about anything in this movie, and when so much of the first two acts is just dialogue driven, more so bad dialogue, I'm just sitting there bored. I'm just waiting for some stupid shit to happen, flying from the sky and some buildings get destroyed. Because that's why we're all here for this movie. That's why they marketed it the way they did. Another negative I have with this movie has got to be the direction. Roland Emmerich isn't the best director in the world by any means, and the directing in this movie is quite bad. All the shots in this movie are quite awful, especially in the dialogue scenes that are just so choppy, cut back and forth in the most boring way possible. But I will admit that the directing is pretty solid in the action scenes that do feel very explosive and grand and just so epic in a weird way possible, that it does look somewhat interesting, I guess. The editing in this movie is so bad. I was getting so annoyed by the quick, choppy cuts that happen so often in this movie. There's no fluency within each shot. Somehow, some way, I do have a few positives with this movie, starting with the visual effects. I did find the visual effects to look pretty convincing in many parts of the movie, especially all the ones in space that did look really good. I mean, this movie has a $146 million budget. I would hope this movie would look good, but I did find that the disaster scenes were quite epic, especially being in a movie theater where the sound quality is just bursting through, as the sound design in this movie is pretty good, as you would expect it to be for a movie like this. And I was having fun in the third act, even though there's a big twist at the end of the movie that I won't spoil for you guys. That was one of the dumbest things that I watched the entire year, and it was so hilariously bad. If anyone else made this movie, it could be a schlocky, really fun movie, but unfortunately, I would skip this movie. Unless you really want to see it, then just go check it out. Who cares? I'm giving Moonfall a 4 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for checking out this review, and I want to know below in the comment section, what are you guys' favorite disaster movies of all time? I can't wait to hear about it. But before you guys check out this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you want to, and ring that notification bell so I can see you guys all in the following video.